And welcome back to another episode, guys, of the Mind Your Biz Mining Market Signal. My name is Seth, and you're watching Mind Your Biz on YouTube, or perhaps you're also checking it out on Odyssey.com. If you're on YouTube and you want to be subscribed to our backup channel, it's over on Odyssey. You can see the links in the description of this video as well as on the channel. Guys, bear with me. I am on the road, so I've got my laptop and kind of a more Spartan setup, but let's jump straight into the Fear and Greed Index. Current score is 47. That's right. On Thanksgiving Day, we've got fear. Out of fear, rather, into neutrality. It's about time we turned this around. Let's scroll down and see what's happening right now. We've got all kinds of weird interference. Without going into some of the crypto news cycle, let's just call this what it is. This is institutions and government entities trying to rattle their sabers. I was going to say doing saber rattling their sabers and trying to make people worried about cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. Hillary Clinton, thank you for pumping our bags. Thank you for helping us also to simultaneously get a better position on some of our favorite cryptocurrencies. The fear and greed, the FUD that you have instilled into the market, Ms. Clinton has helped us so much. I almost wish you were president right now so that your opinion counted for even more, because this is just amazing. We're back into neutrality from fear. That said, been a bit of a roller coaster. We could see fear again very soon. Current price of Bitcoin is $57,929. Looks like we're not back up in that channel of above $60,000 Bitcoin just yet. Looks like the downward trend that we defined right here with the chopsticks was broken. Saw a bit of a reversal, but we may see a rejection at $60,000 again. MACD has not quite converged just yet. It is converging, but it hasn't crossed over just yet. So the moving averages, if they do, may flip bullish, but it looks like there may be quite a bit more for it to overcome. If we're rejected off of $60,000, guys, I don't define levels for you, so not really sure what that's going to mean for us, but it could mean a continuation of this trend. Don't take this show as your technical analysis show. We have friends in the crypto sphere who do a far better job of that for us, but we do need to pay attention to what's happening in general with Bitcoin, because what Bitcoin does, many other coins will mimic. All right, moving on from our Bitcoin chart over to DeFi Llama. We see our stacked ranking according to TVL, and we see Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Solana in the top 3 spots. But of course, we've done this in the past with the number 4 and number 5 spots for Avalanche and for Terra Luna, respectively. Well, they may be displaced when we switch this to protocol adoption. That's right, protocol adoption matters just as much as anything else. Avalanche is still in the top 5, but it's now number 5 when we go with that stacked ranking. And Polygon is in the top 5, but it is advanced way up higher in the rankings to number 3. Why do I keep talking about this? Well, take a look at this. The current protocol count is nearing 120 for Polygon. It's almost like it's unstoppable. Oh, unstoppable domains, that is. That's right. We talked about this on a previous episode, that Unstoppable Domains is one of the most recent partnerships that Polygon has announced. They've announced support for your .crypto, your .blockchain, your .x, and all of the other top-level domains that they offer at Unstoppable Domains to be registered on Polygon for 0 fees. That's right. They will pay the fees for the price of your domain. They won't even assess the fee on top of it. They're just going to pay it because it's only a penny or less. So pretty amazing that they've got that partnership and more in the works, guys. It's very, very difficult in my mind to see it not winning in the future. It's got the decentralization. They're adding a DAO. They've adopted, or they've partnered with Hermes or bought out Hermes to add ZK rollups in the future. They've got scalability, and they're working on even more scalability with greater decentralization and permissionlessness, which a lot of their competitors, frankly, are not doing in the same way. When you see those ownership charts of VCs and insiders holding significant amounts of the coins for these other competitor networks like Phantom, Avalanche, Solana, and others, well, Polygon kind of gets a pass because it's been working so hard to decentralize its current structure, right? I'm really very impressed, guys. Really very impressed indeed. But moving on to CPU and GPU profitability, guys. Currently, GPUs are not as profitable as they were just a week or two ago. However, the usual suspects still reign supreme. The 3090 is still in the top slot. The Radeon 7 is still in the top slot for Team Red. The usual suspects for mining profits are Ethereum, Flux, Ethereum Classic, as well as Swap, Firo, Conflux, Conceal, Firo again, and then some others that we don't see quite as often, such as Raven way farther down the list, Swap, of course, again, Elasm, and Zano at the very bottom of the list for our GTX 1050 Ti. You'll know which one is most profitable for you guys, but I'm just going to say that right now, if I had the opportunity, all things being equal, Flux versus some of the other competitors, I would be much more bullish on Flux because of the level of adoption. Again, it's not just about the native coin value, it's also about the TVL, and those partnerships that Flux is putting in place are very valuable indeed. Among them, Cadena, which we'll talk about in our portfolios. Guys, GPU mining, we see Flux is at the top of the list as a mine and hold strategy. In fact, it's well ahead of Ethereum, Equilibria, or even Safecoin, which is not on the daily profit list for GPUs. But Flux, if you had put $1,000 or mined $1,000 worth of it by the end of May of this year, you'd currently have over $12,000. In fact, you'd almost have a full $12,000 of just profit. Biggest loser in this lineup is going to be BitTube, and then Ethereum Classic has taken a pretty severe hit recently, but not as heavy as BitTube at 57% down. That said, the entire portfolio is up almost 100%, so it's a great time to be a GPU miner. That said, I also may have some upcoming GPU mining profitability content for you. I might actually have a hardware review in the next few weeks, guys. I'm really excited about this. It's been a while since I've been able to review hardware for you. I'm looking forward to it. Currently, though, hard drive mining portfolio. This is it's another one of those sides of the portfolio I'm not very happy with. 24-hour change is good, but our total P&L is pretty bad, actually. I mean, our most profitable bags are barely outperforming our heaviest loser bags. Right now, storage at over 170% up cannot seem to outperform our biggest loser, Chia, which is 82% down. It's well below the $150 mark at $137 per coin. This is not the Chia that most people signed up for. Kind of a bummer. If it's in your portfolio, be very cautious, be very careful. Don't just lock in your losses, right, guys? Don't just lock in your losses by selling. Have a strategy. Be very, very careful. Come up with a plan, and then make sure you work that plan carefully. All right, guys, moving from our hard drive mining portfolio over to CPU mining, we've got Raptorium, just like a bird of prey, right? Like a raptor out there ripping faces off. $43,000. I mean, if you'd put $1,000 in, you'd be able to take over $40,000 out right now in profits. Bottom of this list is Woundero. Kind of a bummer to see it. Same with Yenten. Kind of a bummer to see these not do as well, but Raptorium and Epic Cash have been the CPU mining bets that keep on paying off. Quantum Resistant Ledger to a lesser extent as well, but that's what's in the profit right now. ASIC mining portfolio. It's still Go Mining Token, top of the list. It's even outperforming Zcash, which kind of has come up since there's been a bit of a recent pop in its pricing. Sure, Zcash can make you money. Is it my top pick? No, not for privacy and not for ASIC mining. However, it's hard to argue with the current market realities. If you have some Equihash miners, well, clearly Zcash is going to be more profitable on those right now because of that increase in coin price until network difficulty goes up to make it more difficult for you to actually access those profits. Biggest loser on this side of the portfolio is Pirate Chain, again at $1.83. If you are a strong believer in the mission and vision of Pirate Chain, this might be good news to you because it means you may still have an opportunity to get in at a very low price. Not advice from me, just saying. All right, guys, FPGA mining portfolio. We've got Cadena in the top spot. $1,000 in would be over $28,000 worth of profit right now. 0x Bitcoin also in the money. Inexplicably, we didn't think it would be, but it's almost 200% up, which is great to see. In terms of profit, great to see. So it did pay off after all, apparently. Biggest loser is Digibyte, though. Kind of a bummer for the Digibyte loyalists. Sorry, guys, you make great memes, but I think the market's done you dirty. Moving into our proof of stake smart contracts, guys, as mentioned before, DeFi Llama shows certain coins doing really well. Phantom, however, would have been our best strategy from the end of May until now, just holding to try to get those profits. Don't think we could have known that for sure, but currently the TVL of Phantom is showing right now $5.59 billion with about 77 protocols on board to use it. So ahead of Avalanche, but showing that initial gain, that pop upwards in its current coin price and in its market cap with additional headroom for growth. That's very inspiring to see. I think that retail is going to be attracted to this $2.40 price and a market cap of only $6 billion. I mean, we could fit, gosh, 4 of these into the current market cap of Avalanche and still have a Phantom that's less than $10, attracting those retail buyers. I think it's a bit of a winner just from those two fundamental perspectives. What do you think? Tell me down in the comment section, guys. I think there's a real possibility, though, that Phantom could be the new Avalanche. The problem that we saw with Avalanche, though, as a layer 1, is that scale just didn't happen as painlessly as they said it would. But you know who has scaled gracefully? That's right, Polygon hasn't had as much downtime as Avalanche did or as Solana did as those upper limits of TPS were tested, guys. So just going to say it, Polygon is the hero. It's the hero we need. Maybe not the hero we deserve. I don't know, maybe the other way around. But the point is, it's doing the scale thing very, very well. Biggest loser from this side of the portfolio is still Internet Computer. Moonriver is not added just yet, but they will be added before we go live next time. Let's go into our junk drawer, though. Got a little surprise for you guys, and I'm very excited to talk about this. Saitama Inu, of course, I mean, it's always just fun to see it. Saitama Inu is at the very top of the list. If you put $1,000 in, you'd have over $1.3 million. I mean, how do you ever account for this sort of thing? How do you ever plan for this sort of thing? You can't. That's the bottom line. It's just not possible to plan for this kind of massive runaway success from a cryptocurrency like this. There's no way to know for sure this is going to happen. Floki Ino in that number 2 spot at $142,000, guys. That's 14,000% returns on that initial investment into Floki Inu. Again, you can't plan on returns like this, but it's really fun to see. And so, again, without giving anyone advice, be very careful, be very cautious. Do not invest more than you can afford to lose, and especially with meme coins, just pretend like you've already lost the money if you're looking at speculating into meme coins, and then you'll be just fine when you do lose out on like 90% of the meme coins that you invest in, or more, 95, 98% of the meme coins you invest in. But it's really cool to see there are people out there winning this hard. Bottom of the list here, though, is not actually our biggest loser. It's a brand new entry, DeFi Yield Protocol. Why did I add DeFi Yield Protocol? Let me jump into my, here we go. Normally I'd jump into a close-up and you'd be able to look at each other, deeply in the eyes, but you're just going to have to settle for this. Sorry, guys. Why did I add DeFi Yield Protocol? Well, I had my reasons. And the biggest reason is I did a review of it not long ago. You may remember this website here. And I remember DeFi Yield Protocol, right? It was very, very impressive. They'd paid out significant sums to their users. And currently, I think to date, it's something like $45 million has been paid out to users. And the breakdown is something along the lines of, I guess, over 9,000 Ether and over 7,700 Binance coins, over 15,500 AVAX right now, Avalanche. So speaking of Avalanche, they've paid out that many to their users. So they've paid out tens of millions of dollars to people using DeFi Yield Protocol. I think it's about time that we start tracking this in our portfolio. Recently also, they just added a new liquidity pool, rather than a new pool on Binance Smart Chain with over $37 million deposited in the first 48 hours after the launch took place. So I think it's worth our time to pay attention to what's happening here with DeFi Yield Protocol. Again, guys, in fact, I took too long to add it to our portfolio. So that's going to be added before we go live next. Really looking forward to adding that new entry. We're also going to average in, I think, instead of just doing an end of May entry, we need to do something that helps us get a good average. We'll start with that end of May entry so we're on even footing with everything else that we have in the portfolio. Guys, appreciate you watching all the way to the end of this video. Thank you so much for being subscribed, for clicking the bell icon so you know when new media like this is uploaded. Thank you for bearing with me while we're over a holiday break, uploading this instead of going live. There is a little bit of a bandwidth constraint on the internet where I'm at right now, so definitely appreciate you understanding that, guys. What did I miss here in our market update? What do you want me to add? Are you excited about seeing DeFi yield protocol? I know I am right now. I mean, the current APYs and the current payouts have just been phenomenal. So I'm excited to track that. But guys, thanks for watching to the end. Appreciate you being subscribed, sharing this media. You're the reason I make these videos. I love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz.